Hello, fellow breeders. It's Dr. Meg here from Marketing for Breeders, the Facebook page, and also I'm the mentor of Elite Breeder Formula. So I'm here to help you to figure out what might be coming up this year with my 2025 breeder forecast. The good news is that there are some green shoots out there, and I'll be helping you figure out how to position yourself to optimize your results this year. But also, let's have a quick review over the year that was 2024. And wasn't it a doozy? Just as I predicted in my 2024 forecast, things were fairly depressed and stayed that way throughout the whole year. Hopefully it's going to change, because we see that pre-COVID, if you have a look at the very start of the chart on the left-hand side, pre-COVID, before the puppy rush, was up around a pretty high level, and we're now around about half of that. These are the figures, or the chart for the United States for all breeds, puppies for sale searches on Google. And it's pretty much the same situation as what's happened in Australia as well, the UK, Canada, New Zealand, and other Western countries. So the big picture for 2025. The experts have been predicting that there'll be steady economic growth, around 2 to 2.5% in the USA and in Australia, and also low unemployment. So that's going to give families more confidence about making long-term investments like we make when we buy a puppy. They'll have more confidence in their financial future. That'll be especially so, as you would expect, for the high and middle income earners. They're a bit more resilient when there's economic downturns, but there also will be continuing inflation, and this will mean that buyers will be more discerning. They'll be a little bit shy of taking on more debt, and if they do buy, they're going to be prioritizing great value. So they'll want to be choosing puppies that they feel have the quality they're looking for, that the breeders have ethical practices, and there's a lot of value has been added to those pups. So that's what we need to focus on. There are some disruptors that could come along that I cannot forecast. For example, economic uncertainties from policy changes, for example, with the new government coming in the United States. That's going to have ripple effects throughout the world when Trump does some of the things that he's saying he's going to do, like bringing in tariffs, for example. And that could have knock-on effects for China, which will then affect Australia and other countries that sell raw materials there. There also could be continuing global instability. That's another wild card. There might even be another pandemic this year. Hope not, but with another pandemic comes the possibility of another puppy rush if a lot of people end up working from home, as happened last time. So it doesn't matter what kind of level you're breeding at, what sort of breeder you are. There are some key strategies that are going to work for us all. The first one is that we need to have great transparency. So on our website, for example, make sure you share your practices openly. So have your health results on there, have your pedigrees on there, maybe even put up a puppy cam so people can see what you're doing. Also provide education resources to help your buyers. It's quite a cheap thing to add value, so that they are well equipped to look after their puppies and successfully raise them to be great dogs. And also try to establish an emotional connection, for example, by sharing photos and stories from your happy past customers on your social media, so you can make that emotional connection with your buyers. Now, I hope that none of you are actually pitching everything you do to low-income households. I know there are breeders out there that do that. So you have to be aware of what budget-conscious families want. But also, even for any breeders out there, there is still a part of what we do that can help service low-income households, because they need dogs too, right? Everybody needs a great dog. Has so many benefits for families and individuals. So what can we do? Some of the things is try to cater for the affordable upfront costs these people need. And we can do that by partnering, for example, with local rescues and making sure that we can do introductions if we know of some good dogs that are looking for great homes and the right kind of people come along. That's quite an inexpensive option for them. And also we can create a list of people who are looking for dog rehoming opportunities. They happen to be good owners and just don't happen to have much money. They can be a really good source of great homes for dogs in that situation. And also become aware of any special veterinary programs that are available for low-income people, and make sure that your customers in the low-income households know about it. You might want to introduce payment plans as well, and there might be some health plans on offer from some of those veterinary programs so they can manage their ongoing costs. Now, for middle income market, they basically are trying to balance affordability and quality. So like most people, they want a healthy puppy with a temperament they're going to enjoy. So make sure that you pitch what you do as a breeder to provide that for that sector, and have transparent pricing and offer support. Make sure that those customers know that you're there in the long term to help them out, because we are the dog experts, aren't we? Also, you can provide flexible payment plans and value-added services like temperament testing, for example, so that they do get the temperament of puppy that is going to be a good match for their family. Now, high-end families are different because they're buying mostly on quality. It's not so much about the price. They're not looking for, that special deal. They really want quality. They are prepared to wait for it. They are prepared to pay for it. So they want value. So you've got to add a lot of value and be exceptional if you're going to appeal to this market, with great health guarantees that blow your competition out of the water, and put that effort into preparing your puppies so they're well socialized and they have their potty training started. And also, of course, temperament matching. These are all things that we can do. VIP treatment, you might offer a flight nanny service, or connect them with people who can do that, save them the trouble of trying to figure that out. Find people that you recommend for grooming, for example, in their area, and make sure they know you provide lifelong breeder support, just like with the middle income families. And also highlight your ethical practices. Be transparent, so they know that your dogs are raised and kept as family pets and have a great life. They're not just in cages somewhere and never get out, but they get exercise and they get to spend time with family. Now, high-end buyers really are the big opportunity this year, and in fact, every year, not just in 2025, because they can give you, if you are a top-notch breeder, premium prices, and there's less competition at the top of the market. If you're really good at your marketing so that the top-end buyers can find you, and you do a good job of what you do and make sure they know about it, there really isn't much competition at that end of the market. So there's a lot of benefits for you breeders, and me too, of positioning at the top. You can maximize your revenue, which means you're going to have more money to put into your facilities, to put into your bloodlines, to help your family, and possibly to be able to dedicate yourself to being a full-time dog breeder, so you do an even better job, so you're not having to divide yourself between your dog breeding passion and a job. You can breed to a committed list, because elite buyers at the top end of the market are happy to commit ahead of time if they feel that you are offering value that it's exceptional. So you can breed to a list rather than breeding and then wondering and hoping, where are my owners going to come from. You can enjoy greater prestige and become known as the top-end breeder in your sector. And the top-end buyers are going to tell all of their top-end friends and colleagues, which will give you even more of that kind of client through those referrals. That market is the most resilient market. It's always going to be there through most economic conditions. So it's a much more reliable market for you, which takes the uncertainty out of it rather than going up and down with what's happening with the economy. And the final thoughts that I have is, keep it real, be the best you can. There will always be a market for puppies that have exceptional health, that the breeder is willing to stand behind, and that have been raised in a way that they are well socialized. Their potty training has begun, and you can even add more with a bit of manners training, maybe even a little bit of training of the puppies with some basic commands. These kind of things are never going to go out of style. If you can pitch yourself to the elite breeder market, you'll enjoy exceptional results this year, and this could be the year where everything changes. So if you'd like more information, a bit more detail about what it takes to be an elite level breeder and put the pieces together into a strategy that will work for you, then I invite you to watch the free webinar that I have available at elitebreederformula.com/free breeder masterclass. And when you go there, it'll look like that, and you can just register for it. You can even watch it just in time version if you want. If you miss it, there will be a repeat sent to you, which will be active for about 24 hours after the webinar, just in case something comes up. So I hope you enjoy it, and good luck this year, guys. And let's hope it's a great one for all of us. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.